right, that spins perfectly into the agenda because, as you say, we'd never seen it before, and that's not sporting hyperbole. A record that had lasted 30 years for last quarter comebacks fell at the feet of the Saints yesterday with some ingenuity, with some strategic genius, and with a young star on the rise.
Oh my God! Unbelievable! Oh my goodness! Unbelievable! Unbelievable!
This is unbelievable.
Indescribable drama at Marvel Stadium.
Ross at three-quarter time. You're that far behind. What's the address?
Just keep positive, boys. That's about it. I wasn't even listening. I was like, oh, shit. Getting pumped.
But we did talk about the joy of playing footy. Like, don't let it get you down. Like, as a kid, like, you'd love to be here. So let's just dive into that space. That's what we spoke about a bit.
From 46 points down at three-quarter time, it would be all time the greatest AFL, VFL comeback if they can get the clearance and score. Melbourne hoping to hang on for a draw just to take some points, but they can score and win it. They're cruel, the footy gods. They can kill you for sport.
When you're coming from behind, as our coach taught me, like, you've got to do everything right. You've got to take your opportunities. Clearly we did that, didn't we? I think we've created history, haven't we?
Malia has gone to full forward.
Saints need a goal to tie the scores. The long kick. Working out Valera.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Unbelievable!
Look at Ross Lyon. He can't believe it.
Could be the finish to beat all finishes. Scores are level. Scores are level.
It's a thrill. Thanks to Wanganeen Miller.
Just hold him. We're not set. We're not set. Oh, we've got a free kick. It's a free kick.
6-6-6.
Oh,
8 seconds left on the clock. It's a free kick to St Kilda in the middle of the ground.
6-6-6 discretion. They have run before.
Wait! We've got to set it up.
No, Max can't run off.
We must set up the positions. 6-6-6.
And off they go. We've never seen this in AFL footy before. Marshall says thank you very much. Oh, he's got it, the superstar.
Oh, what are we looking at?
Time starts now. Marshall scores that.
Marks at 40 metres out.
How did that happen?
This is extraordinary.
There's the siren. He will be the man of the moment.
One kick left. One kick left in the game.
He sets it on its way. Lazaya's on fire.
Wanganeen Miller. He kicks the goal. He is spooked by the Saints. And St Kilda has conjured a miracle victory under the roof.
And you will remember this moment for years to come.
That was really, really pleasing. Yeah, it was really exciting. But at the end of the day, it's 4 points, create a bit of history, get a bit of belief. And, you know, we all get together. We're, trying to build out the mortar of the club.
That will go down in St Kilda AFL folklore.
That's the most extraordinary game I've seen this year.
Dwayne finally got his finish to beat all finishers. The what are we seeing here? And the truth is, you could go to the footy 3 times a weekend for the rest of your life and you will never see a finish like that again.
Dermot sets a high bar. That's the best finish this year. Come on. You won't see a better package than that. So whoever put that together, Tim Hodges and the team, I've only been here 5 minutes. It's Fox, AFL 360 have owned this space, and I don't care if people say you're talking about your own show. It's not my show, Jared's show. That is as good a 4 minutes of packaging up something. So well done, everyone. Anyway,
So
it's hard to live through.
Yes. It was amazing how it built, because it always just felt, even when the momentum had changed, as Ross said, everything has to go right. For 2 minutes, you couldn't figure out how Melbourne didn't score, and it's probably just a bridge too far. And when Wanganeen Miller lines up, it's to tie the game. You know, well, we're going to split the points and talk about that mark and a kick.
Yeah.
And it's inconceivable that then he could be at the centre bounce and lining up for goal to win it 8 seconds later.
I probably need to watch it again. In amongst all that, Clayton Oliver misses everything from 25 metres out. Harrison Petty's on the goal line and he just has to go like that. Anyway, so then you go, how does it all happen? Well, it's the most extraordinary breakdown of communication. And I was talking to people today about it. Everyone panics in their life, in their job. The beauty for everyone else is that you don't get a broadcast and then you don't get it picked apart for the next week. They just happen to panic on national television in front of everyone.
So what was the rules and how did it all unfold? The AFL's played its role today with clarification for the umpiring department so that teams know what this looks like in the future. The 666 infringement that makes it possible with 8 seconds left on the clock. So St Kilda conjure their plan.
Yeah.
And the plan's pretty basic.
I don't want to. I don't want to dance on everyone's parade. Everyone's going, This is a mastery. Look at this, a bit of this, a bit of that. This is genius. No, it's not. So if I'm Rowan Marshall, he's going, look, I don't care if there's 8 on you. Yep. I'm kicking it to you. So get forward and I'll kick it to you. Now, there was a bit of, they did it well. They got to one side and all that sort of stuff. But as for this being some sort of miracle setup, no, it's not. I'm you, 7, best player in the game at the minute. I'm kicking to you wherever you are. That's it.
So clear out the space, open up space. And this is... So that's Kilda's credit. They followed the direction Wanganeen Miller gives them.
Yep.
They open up this incredible pocket of space, and Bowie gets totally confused by that. Viney's just bewildering where he goes to the wing instead of to Caminiti. And there actually ended up being 2 targets in the flat here for Marshall to kick at. Wanganeen Miller is the shallow, so this is the wide receiver. He should be under triple coverage, but he's on his own. And Caminiti's out the back too.
Yeah, so I know I'm being facetious, but it is. It was... Everyone in the world knows that number 7 is getting the footy except 18 Melbourne blokes. Everyone in football knows that 7's getting it. So somehow Jake Bowie, and they're going to cop it everywhere, so he turns his back on the play instead of being eyes. Every eye should be on Nazaya. Every eye. And then Jack's on the wing for the first time in his life, who, by the way, had tackled Jack Viney's game up until 3/4 time. He tackled St Kilda into submission. And that poor bastard just, all he's going to be remembered for was this, and that's fair enough. Why he's standing on a wing and not on the corner? And then the actual rules.
Yeah, so there's conjecture around this that the umpire's boss has set out tonight. He says you're not permitted to change personnel of the starting position once the breach has been called. So there was the question, could Gawn have left and just been replaced by somebody else? The answer to that is no. It's the responsibility of the opposition ruckman to stand the mark or leave the mark, but he can't be replaced on the mark. So Gawn, they could have left Marshall untended, but I think that would have been a high risk.
Yeah, so if someone was to stand the mark, it had to be Max Gawn.
It had to be Gawn.
That's the rule, is it?
Or he had to get straight out. They should have had a line of players basically at centre-half back.
Yeah.
5 of them at different depths to be able to provide the coverage. So that was the error that was made. What about for Wanganeen Miller? So there are moments in a young man's career where you announce yourself, and probably more on the hanger and the goal to tie it up.
There's no superlatives. We tried in the broadcast of all the radios. They threw every adjective you could. It's just elevating yourself into rare territory, Jared. You kick the ball down there, he's double-teamed, and he takes as clean as a whistle pack mark, and as impressive as that was, he just went back and not for a second did you doubt that he was going to kick the goal. He couldn't have split that middle any better than he did. So, no, everyone's found him as a player, and then he's just gone again into a stratosphere.
I was hoping the theatre of the day would see him re-sign his contract in some way and walk out with it, but instead he was up on Ross Lyon's shoulders last night at the celebration. Yeah, so they had a family night, and that is Naz on Ross's shoulders.
No.
Looks like a man who's staying to me, doesn't it?
That's Rossi underneath there, is it?
Yep.
Magnificent.
So this is all St Kilda folklore right
even
here.
Ross could find him in the pub. Bloody 18 Melbourne boys couldn't find him on the field. I'm not surprised he got thrust up on his shoulder. So, no, it's one of those days for St Kilda, and we'll get on to Melbourne in a minute. For St Kilda fans and St Kilda supporters, it's rare because, again, don't want to be the downer, they were horrible for three quarters.
So it is a catastrophe for Melbourne, and you sort of can't sidestep that from where they got to. Devastated, unacceptable, and conceded to panic. That's where the coach went. Does it shake the faith in Simon Goodwin?
Well, it depends where you sit. It's a fundamental breakdown in leadership of which he sits at the head of it. So, yep, the questions will be asked of him, and he didn't back away from them, and nor should he. I'm looking at the playing. I'm looking at the playing group, Jared. And I mean, this is senior footballers. I don't need to kick them. They've been kicked enough, but they just fundamentally panicked. And I want to go back before this. The result is the result, and we just narrow in on two minutes, which is fair enough. They came. There's no question in the world that three-quarter time they checked out. We have done enough. 45 points is more than enough, and so that the sin is there. The complacency puts them in a position at the end where they panic themselves into an embarrassment. But it starts at three-quarter time. That's where I'm going back to. And there's no question, how did this happen? Because they thought they'd won. So they'd absolutely boxed St Kilda's ears off. In every aspect of the game, they boxed their ears off, forward of the ball, behind the footy, and at clearance. And they just said, that is enough. So there's the problem. So you go back to the players and the coaches and everyone else at three-quarter time, what was said and what was done, and then they stopped playing. And then it is on Max, and it is on Jack, and it is on every single one of them. And they'll cop it. And I'm not sacking the coach and all that sort of stuff. There is emotion out there. I get it. Everyone gets emotional when you see that unfold like that. But you got one or two options. You know, Grant Thomas says this all the time. You can be a victim, you can sit back and, oh, poor me, or you do something about it. And that's what they've got to do. It was, ironically, as good a three quarters as they played for a long time.
Yeah, and it all gets washed away.